Okay, hello and welcome to Terraria. So last time we went platinum mining and that was pretty fun. And just a bit ago, actually I need to check my inventory. Nope, it looks like we're good to go. So I tried to record and I'm really glad that the world autosave only happens every once in a while because we had an interesting time. The blood moon rose, and it may do that again. I'm not 100% sure how the randomness works on that. Like, I don't know if it randomly selects a date, basically, and then blood moons on that date. So we'll see in a couple moments. But basically the blood moon showed up, and I was ill-prepared. Now, another thing to note is we got an update to the game that wasn't going to be updated, which, yeah, that's pretty amusing. Yeah, so basically there's, I think there's mostly just new wiring mechanics and then a few, like, quality of life things. Obviously, you saw here the sort inventory button, which I believe sorts by... I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so we're not getting a blood moon tonight. That entirely changes what this is going to be about. I'm really sad, actually, because the blood moon is quite fun, but... oh well. Now... oh, we have all that tungsten ore. Let's go into... first of all, we're going to grab ourselves one of these, and I believe we've already got that equipped, yeah. Okay. It's slightly annoying. I think the snowball cannon is still going to keep auto stacking in here, but we don't necessarily need it. We have actual bullets now. Also, we are at 160 mana, so I think... whoops. It would help if I didn't throw these on the ground. I'm pretty sure if we make one more, yeah. Okay, we no longer have mana crystals, or we no longer have need for more mana. So if we keep getting magical items, they're kind of unnecessary. Okay, so in that case, we're gonna toss this in usable items. Could probably call it trinkets or something. Metals and gems. Here we go. Take this platinum ore out and these platinum bars. Let's quick stacker, just take and put away. Oh yeah, I bought all those bone torches from Jack Sellington. That was pretty cool. I'm hell happy still that I found Jack Sellington. It's probably the greatest thing. Platinum, tungsten. There's the stuff. Let's put it by its appropriate bar. Let's go smelt some of this platinum ore. It's probably not enough to make anything major, but there's always hope, you know? We have a gun. We don't have need for a sword either, so the best thing is a pickaxe. We don't have enough for a pickaxe. Wow. Actually, let's look at our amount of tungsten here, because it's at least a step up in some direction for a pickaxe, but I think oh, we don't have enough for a pickaxe because we don't have wood. Hang on. I think our next goal should be to build an arena, take in some potions, and fight shoot, what's his name? Skeletron. Skeletron's probably a pretty good goal for this stuff. I'm dumb. Hang on. Okay, let's see here. I think the lowest row should be used for crafting, and I apologize for the small thump there. Let's go ahead and make a platinum pickaxe, yeah. Now, yeah. Oh, they redid some of the sprite artwork. I was wondering why things look so different, actually. It didn't occur to me until I saw the piggy bank. But the piggy bank looks different, and if you look at the gems, they are all different shapes now. I believe they were all the same shape, but I could be wrong. Now, yeah, let me sell our iron pickaxe to this guy here. And I think our water walking potion is... Cool. Yeah, so basically I think I want to make a crafting area under here, and the idea will be that you can kind of stand like here, and there'd be a furnace and anvil near this one, and then crafting materials could be like below this one, and so on. So you get a lot of the crafting you can do while having those chests open, which would be kind of nice, I think. It's a pretty nice utility thing, because when you have a chest open, you can check the... Not check, but there's something. Now, actually, come to think of it, in this episode, we may not get to fight Skeletron because we have 25 minutes, and we're already halfway through nighttime, and I want to build an actual arena, not just try to fight him right now. So I'm not 100% there. Our last attempt at fighting Skeletron really didn't go well, so I don't have the highest hopes. But I'll see what we can build at least, because I believe the day or night is 20 minutes each. That or they're 10 minutes each. If they're 10 minutes each, we might have a shot. Yeah, come to think about it, they might be 10 minutes each. Yeah, because, or they're 12 minutes each, because each day-night cycle, each minute in-game is a second, and then there are 24 hours in a day. So, so 60 seconds will make up an hour instead of a day, and yeah, 24 minutes total. Okay. We're good, we're good. It's interesting that they redid some of the art. Like, I've never felt like Terraria's art was too bad. Obviously, it's kind of low detail, but, you know, they did the best they can with what they have in terms of going for this specific graphic style. It's kind of funny. Terraria was my pixelated art, graphic style platformer before I realized I'm sick of those. We may actually also realize where the meteorite is from this exploration, because at the moment there's I believe 2 meteorites that have landed on in the world, and we've mined up and looked at neither of them. So that's actually pretty exciting. I'd like to apologize right now for the small skip and the audio levels that have been in place. That should be a lot better and more to what you're used to. I forgot to test audio before recording. I'm really good at things. I really forgot to test anything before recording. Yeah. I apologize. The audio levels were off pretty badly from when we played Doom on Girl Squad, and I turned the volume way down farther than it needed to be. Nevertheless, yeah, video games. So I'm pretty excited to see where the meteorites landed, because hopefully it'll be in a pretty easy spot. Like, I'm hoping that none of it has landed to the right, because if it has, this means that so far it's already to a point where it's really annoyingly far. And I just don't want to have to deal with that. Because really, meteorite is kind of a pain to mine. And having that be far from spawn makes it just that much harder. Okay, so we're not gonna take this guy on and try to fight him or anything yet. We're gonna make ourselves a bunch more wood platforms. We didn't bring any blocks to build with, so this will be fun, but whoops. Okay. The basic idea is that we want a couple of layers of platforms that we can just get around on. We need, I think, a decent amount of vertical or of horizontal space, but not really a huge amount. Okay. It's kind of annoying that your OBS profile does not save your audio levels. And it's also slightly annoying that you place slower than you move. So that's really, really easy to do. I kind of wish there was a way, like holding. Yeah, I kind of wish there was a way to walk at place speed, so you couldn't, or just like some way to hold a button and not walk past an unbuilt block. Oh, a goblin army is approaching from the west. Interesting fact about this. So, because we're... Oh, yeah. So there's kind of an interesting thing with the fact that east and west in this game didn't quite mean the right things, or didn't quite mean what you would expect. Because you'd think, okay, well, goblin army approaching from the west, the sun rises in the east, sun rises to the left. Or, actually, it wasn't so much that you'd think it wasn't quite what you'd expect. It was that expectations were thrown off because the game has a weird positioning system with the fact that the sun goes from left to right. The sun going from left to right makes a lot of sense to us, you know, being humans and all that. But I think... Oof, that's so loud. But there's the fact that when you think of directions, you think of the west as being to the left. Because on... Oh, Goblin Army is here. So when it comes to the idea of, like, maps and whatnot, obviously, left is west, right is east, up is north, down is south, unless it's an Australian map, because they flip it upside down. Yeah. So here we have the Goblin Army. The Goblin Army, they open doors, so actually they're a decent amount of a pain in the ass. Certain goblin enemies will break down or open your doors. I think they changed it to just break them, or just open them. And they're also just generally a pain. They also drop these spiky balls, though, that when you throw them on the ground, will, they'll deal damage to a certain number of enemies, and gonna have, like, a limited number of uses on the ground before they, disappear. In general, I've always thought this was kind of a fun encounter because it's a good random one that isn't a boss fight. It's just a bunch of small enemies that you have to deal with. Oh, they still break down doors. Okay, fun. Well, alright, I'm not gonna deal with that until later. Oh, I'm dead. Alright. At least with the broken down doors, This definitely means... Whoops. I got switched off of my sword while I was trying to scratch an itch on my arm. Oh, man. So at least with the broken down doors, this means the NPCs are gonna help. The NPCs might also die. And this is fine. Yeah, so the Goblin Invasion... It's an interesting event. I like that, I have no clue what the dye merchant is doing. Okay, he does have a sword. I'm gonna say, if he was just doing absolutely nothing, that would be hilarious. Yeah, so we got several enemy types here. The Goblin Warriors will smash down doors. Also, that's the second death in the series, I believe. Or maybe third. Yeah, no, third, yeah, because we died to Skeletron. Goblin Warriors smash down doors. There are Goblin Thieves, I believe, that, will instead open doors. The Goblin Archers are pretty obvious, and the Goblin Mages shoot projectiles that go through walls. Those cheating pieces of shit. You never get anything that goes through walls except Vilethorn. Vilethorn is the only spell I can think of that actually goes through walls. And even then, it's a pretty limited range spell. Because it can go through walls. Okay. Let's put away the gold, get back to the killing. So we're at 53% through the Goblin Army. There's 3 invasions that can happen like this that I know of. The Pirate Army can show up in hard mode, and during Christmas time, I believe the Snowman Invasion can happen. From that, you can get the Santa NPC, but he can only show up during Christmas. I'm thinking we're gonna go ahead and leave this door open so that the one of our NPCs there can actually... Okay, kick this out. One of our NPCs can actually go ahead and take out the, whatchamacallit. Now, the funny thing about these spiky balls is they never actually throw them. No enemy uses them as a weapon. They're just dropped, and then you can use them as a weapon against them, which is kind of an interesting way to do things. They're not the best trap weapon in the game. Oh, Goblin Peons. I think those are the ones that just open doors. They're not the most useful weapons in the game, but they're interesting for kind of a trapper playstyle. I believe they actually deal throwing damage. Yeah. So if you use the ninja outfit, they're a pretty good fit. I'm trying to see here. I think, I'm trying to figure out if it's something that only gets hit by the, okay, cool. The handle of the axe, I think, still deals damage as part of the axe hitbox, and it appears that I can sometimes hit enemies twice with the axe swing, which is important. That's something that's useful about a slow swinging weapon. Like, despite, yeah, it's swinging slower, it's incredibly useful to have a weapon that can hit an enemy twice in one swing, basically. And it's over. So that was an interesting experience. We lost 4 doors that day and no NPCs. You have no idea how weird that is to me. Like, NPCs used to die left and right. The door glitch! Okay, this was a glitch I meant to show earlier and never did, but that's the entire basis of the glitch. So when you are grappled to a door, when it opens, you get flung. No clue what happens. I imagine there's just something with the game physics. And actually, I bet I know what it is. I think it gives you the momentum because it thinks the grappling hook should be trying to find a new target when the door opens. But the weird thing is that removing a block in the game does not work the same way. if you are grappled to something and you remove it, you don't fling in its direction. You simply fall. So it's a little bit of a strange oddity in the game. Nevertheless. Okay, we have a star statue, which I believe can be placed in our specific statues chest if we have one. Here it is. I think the statues might have gotten a color touch up on them. That's cool. I'm actually enjoying kind of seeing some of the small changes that were made. Now the counterweights. They're an interesting set of weapons. See, if I go and get some wood, we can demonstrate the yo-yo, which is a melee weapon that fires at range. Or can be used at range. Actually, I don't remember if I can craft this without silk. That reminds me we need a loom. Let's just make this a crafting episode now. Okay. Oh yeah, I never did get around to this stuff. Let's make a tungsten hammer. Just so I have a better hammer. Ugh, jeez. My body has decided to hate me. I'm just gonna make this tools, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I'm sticking in there for now. I don't know if that was the best choice, but whatever. Anyway, what was I doing? I was gonna get more wood so I can make better things. Interestingly enough, those streaks of light on the minimap that you'll see throughout the land, those are actually because the spells were traveling through land and they were within our sight, so essentially they were lighting up the area. A similar tactic is actually used to find certain things. If I'm remembering correctly, there's some spells that leave kind of an arc in front of them of like light and such. And that arc of light will go through walls despite the actual spell not doing so, or the spell attack and its damage set. So you can kind of scout out what's in walls and that sort of thing from that, but it's not the most incredibly useful thing. Still a fun mechanic to make use of, though. I apologize for the small amount of silence there. I've just been a little bit tired today, so yeah, apologies for that. What I've been doing, by the way, I've been kind of rambling to myself, so it's hard to tell what I'm actually trying to accomplish here. But there is a crafting thing for the loom. Used like it says for crafting cloth. So I think we should make the underground crafting room now. And my thoughts on this are that it could be made of... actually that's a good question. What could we make it of? I could make the crafting materials kind of closer in the wall than this side. I don't think so. Spare blocks here. If we look at this, we have a lot of dirt, but obviously that's not gonna look great. We have gray bricks and stone, that's a possibility. And we have ice and sand. We could actually go excavate a lot of sand, but I really just don't feel like doing that for just this project. So I'm kind of thinking that I like the idea of stone. So we are gonna go obtain some stone, which... How we don't have a shit ton of stone is actually astounding to me. It might actually just be because of the severe lack of, what's it called? Gosh dang it. Oh, what am I thinking of? I apologize. Severe lack of mining we've done since the organization system, and before the organization system, if something was going to get trashed for good loot, obviously first thing was going to be the most abundant resource in the game. So yeah, we're just gonna bomb the hell out of this stone. I really don't feel like putting in the effort into mining it. I could have thought that through better, but, you know, I didn't. I learned my mistake. Did I learn my lesson, though? Okay, let's... Ooh, got that lovely white flash of light that I still need to figure out actually whether or not it shows up in the videos. Okay, we should have enough stone blocks for a small building now. We've got 215, that should be decent. Though I think it's 2 for gray bricks, so we got like 100. But, if we need more, we'll get more. Actually, I kind of like this idea of the mixed background and foreground thing. So maybe let's do sort of... I like the idea of a sandstone background. Let's go gather some resources for that. What's the closer desert? Left, okay. So, I'm coming to a close here, so while I go and blow up some of the desert, thank you for watching. This has all been in support of GDC Extra Life, which is our little piece of Extra Life, where we donate, you know, Extra Life in general raises money to help Children's Miracle Network hospitals get funding and help deal with, you know, children's medical bills and just generally the things that they can't pay for on their own. The Children's Miracle Network tries to help have that happen because not everyone is super fortunate. If you'd like to make a donation, please check out all the information in the links below. And otherwise, if you're just interested in us and our media, or if you really, you know, can't make a donation and whatnot, that's perfectly fine. And otherwise, you can just kind of check us out. There are Twitter links below. You can find me at GDC Extra Fidget, or you can find the rest of the group at GDC Extra Life. Our specific Extra Life group raises money for the Children's Hospital at Memorial University Medical Center in Savannah, Georgia. So, yeah. I thank you for watching. whether you be lady, gentleman, or just kind of other dimensional being, or just someone that doesn't conform to the normal binaries of gender. Thank you. We always appreciate another person viewing. And have a lovely day. Boom.